Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's going on, y'all? Hope all is well with everybody. Let me get my other cousins on here because I am not going to be long at all whatsoever. It's a whole lot of going on. What's going on, Instagram family, YouTube, and Facebook? What's going on, y'all? Hope all is well with everybody. Welcome to those who are here for the first time, and welcome back to those who always come sit in the chat with your girl, Dr. Worlds, okay? Normally, I get on here. I'm a woman that if something's going on, you're going to know something's going on, okay? If I'm happy, you're going to know I'm happy. If I'm pumped up, you're going to know I'm pumped up. If I'm hurting, you're going to know I'm hurting. You know, if I'm pissed off, you're going to know I'm pissed off. And today I'm hurting. And I'm not at liberty to share, you know, because it's a personal matter. And then privacy and safety reasons, I'm not able to share. But y'all know I don't ever come by here on some BS. Y'all know when I come by here, it's always work. I'm going to try to get through this live without crying. But in case I do, then you just going to have to excuse me because I'm going to let it rip. I'm very strong. I'm a very strong person. And I have gone through a lot of trials. The enemy knows when it comes to particular people that I'm not going to play. I'm not going to blink twice. I'm just not going to play. That's what I will say. And like I said, I can't really get into it too deeply for the simple fact it is a personal matter. It also is a privacy issue. This person, it had to be real bad for them to reach out to me is what I'm going to say. And also for security reasons, because this person is still in that situation. And within the next 24 to 48 hours, I plan on that person being removed from that situation. And I don't come by here and I don't beg nobody. I don't ask nobody for nothing. Only time you have ever seen me ask for anything is, you know, to ask that my people pray if I ever needed some reinforcement because I know how to pray for myself. Or it's been on behalf of somebody else's family, somebody else's, emergency situation. And That's the only time I have come by when it's too big or it's out of my control for that moment to be able to fulfill a need. Um, I'm coming by today to ask for something for myself. First of all, I'm going to ask for prayer. Okay. Um, it's been hard. Mentally, it's been a lot going on. And you know how you just keep poking somebody and poking somebody and poking somebody, poking and poking until you get an explosion. It's like the enemy is doing too much. That's what I'm going to say. And it's one thing to fight or wage war from an outrospective, but when the devil then snuck in into your backyard and he playing games that you ain't playing, then it takes it to another level. So I'm going to be offering some opportunities here on tonight. Um, I'm not going to be before you long at all. I'm asking those who can pray to pray. Just pray for my mind because I have gone through a lot, y'all. And I don't ever come by here and complain about what I'm going through. I don't come by here and share my business about what I'm going through. I'm very reserved, very private. But I have a really urgent situation. And this urgent situation needs to be fixed in the next 24 to 48 hours. That's what I'm going to say. And because I got my hands over here building for the kingdom and got my hands over here just helping everybody that I have been helping, you know, in my mentorships, just everybody. And it has just been a hell of a road. And because I got my hands in a whole bunch of things, I don't keep a lot of cash on me. Cash is trash. Hey, beloved. Cash is trash. And if you don't have assets, then you're literally poor, are being controlled. And because I don't play with the government, because I have solved the degradation of, my own family, people in my community, I don't play with the government. I just be out here doing what I need to do to make sure that A, my family will be secured, and B, the kingdom will be secured. I didn't even ask y'all to share this, but if you can share this, please do so. I have some opportunities that might interest you, and if they don't interest you, they might interest somebody that you know. And again, I'm not gonna hold y'all long, but I'm gonna give you the backstory about why I'm doing what I'm doing here on tonight. Okay. Um, People don't even have a clue, literally. They really don't. And like I was saying, just mentally, okay, keep your girl in prayer. Because sometimes people forget that you was a thug before you was a healer. And that old man is always trying to resurface And I always have to remind that old man that you owed and you did, and you need to go on somewhere and get up out of here. But when it comes to particular people, it's like you didn't cross all boundaries, all protocols. You didn't cross the line straight up. So with that being said, because I have my hands in a lot of projects, different things of that sort, I don't keep a lot of cash on me. Okay. For the last 2 years, I have had platforms where I receive payments for my services rendered. Play with my money. I've shared that with you guys since it started. I've had platforms, PayPal, okay, literally take money, all in the name of them holding it in reserves. I've had Cash App, okay, say, hey, we demand that you switch your account over to this, and your sending limit and spending limit is this. I used to be able to send like $15,000. It's just all of the platforms, just all of the hell, that goes on with that, buying land, parceling the land out, going before, the people and having to explain to them what the project is about and what use is going to be. Just a lot, right? So I'm rich in assets. Okay. I don't carry a lot of cash. I don't leave cash in the bank. I don't do any of that, especially with stuff that I'm showing you. Okay. I practice what I preach. Things that I'm showing you that is happening and being done right before our very eyes, not even under our nose anymore. I make sure that first and foremost, I am applying the information, and then I come and bring it back to everybody else. Okay. And I said all that to say this. I literally have to fix this situation in 24 to 48 hours. So I am going to be offering some insane opportunities. And if you don't mind sharing, this would be great if you haven't shared, okay? Because this may benefit or help put somebody in a different position. I'm never going to come by here and beg a single soul. I have too much. Too many assets, digital assets, physical assets. I have way too much to be a beggar, and to want something for nothing. But I am going to say, if any of these programs are not of interest to you, okay, if God would put it on your heart or compel your heart, stir your heart, cause your heart to want to give, then I will definitely be open to receiving, just so I can go out of state, solve a problem that is a very urgent problem, right in my backyard. That's what I'm going to say. And I need to help get some things situated. I will have to be out of state for a couple of weeks to make sure that I help this individual get to safety. That's what I'm going to say. Some things need to be moved so that this person can get to safety. That's the utmost urgent, important matter that got me messed up. And I'm not gonna lie, it got me messed up to not know that something like this was happening, and only to find out when it got real dangerously bad is devastating. And I need to go do something about it. Okay, that's what I'll say. If you have a spirit of discernment, then you will discern. And if you don't, then when I'm able to talk about it, then I will. I will be taking a couple of weeks off so I can deal with this, because this is urgent, real bad. And just making sure everything is copacetic and everything is everything. And then I can come back and do what I need to do. If you don't see me live, that's why. Okay. Um, I may have some videos that I run or something like that, but who knows? As far as me being live mentally, and especially dealing with this urgent situation, it's just, this is urgent and it needs my urgent attention. With that being said, um, I know everybody and their mama need this. It doesn't matter where you are in your credit journey. Everybody and their mama need this. And I have a 4-day credit sweep. Okay, I talked about it on the last live how we literally have like 35 days to be able to utilize this credit sweep before the department that we go through is dismantled. Donald Trump is going to dismantle this corporation that literally works for us as a consumer. So they implementing and rolling out a new system or whatever. We need to all be taking advantage of the opportunity. I've been shouting this for a year. Okay. We down to like 35 days before this is non-existence. And I don't know what else we gonna do to get out of debt and not have this hung over us or having a group of people control us because we're indebted to them. So this credit sweep, okay, I have never sold it for lesser than $97, but because I need to be on a flight in the next 24 to 48 hours, I'm literally, everything that I'm going to be offering is going to be a discount because I'm not going to beg anybody. I'm not going to ask anybody. But if you feel led to it sow into an urgent situation that I'm not capable of speaking of, and trust me when I say security reasons, this person is still in the situation, and the person that they're in this situation with, it follows my page. So I'm not going to say a whole bunch because of that. And then also because it's private and it's embarrassing. And like I stated, if it wasn't real bad, I would have never known about it. Because this person is that private for whatever reason, I don't know. But this person is that private. Don't let nobody know nothing about what's going on. And this person has been suffering for a long time. I try to keep it together. I said it at the beginning, it's painful. So I'm at a loss for words, real talk. And really fighting through this to even make this live. So the credit bundle, which includes the 4-day credit sweep. Um, I'm also going to throw in the trade line plug. Have a lot of trade lines available now and coming up in November. This will allow you to remove negative items from your report while boosting your score with positive trade lines. Um, and then I have uh, the funding, the 200K funding. I will give you all three of those for $97. And I don't even sell the trade lines unless they're $97. I don't even sell the credit sweep for under $97. Okay. I had a bundle deal going for $197. But like I said, because this is urgent, and it's something that you need, and then it's something that I need to get done. I have a whole big family. Okay. I have 3 little people, a husband, and we need to get up and get going and get to the state. Like I said, in the next 24 to 48 hours, urgently, like 911, urgent, like save a life, urgent, save lives, a few lives, urgent. And if you need that, you can get that for $97. Okay. It's the whole entire bundle. I will give you for $97. I have the wealth bundle that is full of different ways to get money, whether that's credit, business credit, whether it's emergency loans, starting a business, how to make $100,000 a big bag, start Airbnb, Turo. These are things that y'all can sell, honestly. You can apply them to your life 100%. Anything that I invest in, I'm going to apply it first. And then I'm going to use it as a stream of income to bring me revenue back in. You guys can get the wealth bundle for $47. Okay. So you can get the credit bundle. It's money and credit. You can get the credit bundle with the trade line plug where you have access to go get $50,000 trade lines. And let me explain something to y'all. You can literally change your score in as little as 9 to 10 days. I'm going to say 7 to 10. 7 to 10 days. You can go from a 600 to 800. Go buy your house. That's something you want to do. I'm always going to tell you to go get some funding. Get your credit cleaned up and go hit the bank. Get you some funding. Okay. Because you can do multiple things with funding. You can live in a house, you can purchase a house, you can get a car, you can floss a car, all of that stuff. But there's a lot of things you can do with money while you still got time to use money. So that's the first thing that, I'm going to offer is that the whole entire bundle, trade lines. Like I said, they got $50,000 trade lines and you buy them for the low. And then you sell them for a profit, right? I'm not going to say the prices that you buy, but they low prices. And just say, for example, there's a trade line with 10 spots on there, and it's a $30,000 Bank of America trade line. This history from this person's credit card history, say that they've been having this credit card for the last 7 years. Now that 7-year positive history is added to your credit report. This is what boosts your score. Also, it's a high limit credit card, $30,000. They see that on your credit report. They already know somebody didn't lend you this type of money. It's no problem to lend you even more. And then you've been having it for 7 years. So you're trustworthy, we can go ahead and lend you a bigger bag. That's the whole entire play. And then I give you the 200,000 funding play because you got to know where the money is at. You need to know exactly, oh, okay, they only pull from TransUnion. I'm going to go over here and hit them up. I'm going to hit Equifax up the next day, and I'm going to hit those banks that only pull from Experian on this day and walk away with almost $500,000 running the play. So this $200,000 play I give you so you know exactly where to go, what to do, what's the script, what's the play, how to liquidate it. Okay, they give you a $75,000 car loan, how to liquidate that, how to turn that into a stream of income, everything that you need to go get the bag, secure the bag, and then multiply the bag or protect the bag is inside of this $200,000 funding. And it's a masterclass. Okay, when I did it, I charged people $500 because of the type of information and money that I was introducing them to. This one of my clients came on and shared how he got 75,000 just on 2 plays from that masterclass. Went over here and got 25,000, and then went over here and got 50,000 from this play. So I give you exactly how to play this play, okay? And you get all of that for $97, literally. I always tell y'all that I would never, ever beg y'all, right? And I won't. But I'm pretty darn desperate to go save this person that is very close to me. I'm pretty dang on desperate. Okay? And trying not to crash out in real life. So if you need that, you can get that on this live, okay? You got to be ready to go. The wealth bundle, you can get the wealth bundle for $47. I didn't show y'all what comes inside of the wealth bundle, but just off my head, what I know, there's all kind of lenders in there that will give you $30,000 to $50,000 without even having a business license. Okay, just have a business plan, and you can go get one of those off of Etsy for like $19, $10. You can have somebody write it up for you for $5. You can write it up yourself. I give you the game. The game is inside of there, okay? How to get corporate contracts, how to get government contracts, how to start transitional homes, how to start your own virtual call center, how to get $200,000 to $400,000 every single month in free money just with the grants, okay? What else is in there? How to fix your credit, what banks, what credit cards to go after, which banks they pull from, whole 9 yards. It's the sweet potatoes with some whipped cream on the top of it, okay? I do not sell this for lesser than $97. I'm going to sell it on this live for $47, okay? Let me go back over here and see some other stuff that I got. 1 second. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Government contracting 1.0 and 2.0. Because it is a really prime time to get government contracts with all of the national, disasters and emergency declarations that are happening in different cities, whether you know about them or not, okay? If there's a threat, if there's a big protest, that's an emergency. If there was a storm, there's an emergency there. There's still money available in California for the wildfires that happened like almost a year ago. There's still money in Tennessee from whatever happened with that river breaking or, the rain flooding. There's still contracts there. But even more importantly There's contracts in your backyard because Donald Trump said we're going to give the control back to the states and we're going to take the money and stuff from the feds. The money is in your backyard. I demonstrated that to you guys the other day. It also has some funding plays. It show you everything step by step, how to register yourself to go get the money, because that's all you really need to do. Just be registered. How to register yourself, where to go look for the right kind of contracts, not just any contract. You don't want to look for bid opportunities. You want to look for stuff you ain't got to bid on. You want to look for stuff that you just want a one-time purchase order. You can get 250,000 on that. I've been showing y'all all of the people that still getting their government contracts and the amount of the government contracts that they received while the government was shut down. Consumers were butt out. They were just, hey, left out there to fend for yourself. I don't know how you're going to feed your family. But people in the government contracting space still getting them big, fat government contracts. And I show that to y'all because I'm not going to be here long. I'm not going to go through all those receipts and all of that stuff, okay? But I got government contracting or Gov Money 1.0 and 2.0. You can have both of those for $97, okay? If you want to learn how to get in the government contracting space, this is where you take your reparations back. This is where you go get your bag back. This is where you stop marching and just start becoming. The government is the biggest buyers and the biggest spenders. You never have to worry about nobody wanting to buy your product or you having to stand on the street corner and say, hey, my product is this and can you buy it? Do you believe in it? You don't have to do that. You just need to be registered, okay? And then the government know exactly what you do. And they send contracts. There's contracts you can bid on every single day for bread, for ice, for tuna. Okay? There's contracts you can put purchase orders in every single day for Xerox copying, storage. You can pick up these boxes and go drop it off to that storage. Little stuff like that. Party supplies. It's the holidays. You can go get you a $10,000 contract for going to Party City if it's still open in your state, or whatever Hobby Lobby, or whatever Party City store to go pick up party items for their, government parties, end of the year parties, and all of this stuff. Okay, so you can get that for $97. Six-figure dispatching. You want to know how to make a big bag dispatching working only 2 hours. Make 6 figures working 2 hours a day, literally. Right from your home, from your phone. Straight up. And that's in dispatching. My husband's in the non-CDO transportation space, but he makes his bag from dispatching. He dispatches his drivers, his own drivers, and he dispatches for other people. 2 hours a day. You charge what you want to. You get all the sauce, all the game, where you go find the people that actually need your services, how to set yourself up, how to be in business literally by tomorrow with a dispatching, I'm not going to say a dispatching degree, with a dispatching business in the dispatching niche. Transportation will always be here. Doesn't matter. It's been here since the beginning of time. Whether the method change, totally different. But transportation will always be needed. Always, always, always. So you will always have somebody to dispatch for. Somebody needing to be dispatched. Hey, I'm going to New York. And you get on the load board and see, oh, there's a pickup in New York in this area where this person will be traveling. And then they say, well, I want to come back home after I drop off this in New York and pick up that in New York. I want to come home. So, okay, well, they live in Miami, Florida. Let me make sure that I get them a route that's going from, New York to Miami, or either your path is going to go through Miami so you can just drop it off. Dispatching, simple. Okay, $47, y'all can have the 6-figure dispatching. I have the craft of currency. This was a 4-day Was it 4 day? Yeah, craft the currency. This was a 4 day intensive where I showed you how to build websites for wealth using AI. I showed you how to make digital products, whether that was print on demand. Showed you there was a 4 hour class on stocks, how to allow AI to help you pick the winning stock so you can invest your money for when this system reset. You have something, there available for you. Also, the crypto. Okay, we did the crypto because stablecoin, crypto coin is going to be our new currency. There's no if, ands, and buts about it. Hello, beloved. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. So you guys can have all four for $97. If you just say, hey, I don't have bad credit, I just have hard inquiries that I need to be removed. You're just removing your hard inquiries and, fixing your personal information could boost your score from anywhere 50 to 100 points. So if you like, I don't need nothing but the hard inquiry play, you can definitely get that for $47. So hard inquiry removal will have all your hard inquiries removed in 24 hours or less. Okay, you can get that for $47. The medical courier list, it is a list with over 150 apps. Um, you can get that for $47 if you want the list for if you want the list, the 150 list apps or apps on the list, and the $2,000 a day play, then you can get both of those for $97. But if you just want the medical courier, okay, show you how to go get you $500 to $600 a pop. Go get you a TWIC card. Get on the army base. Okay, it's the holidays. People need stuff transported. And these people that I'm talking about is not just regular smuggler people. It's government officials, high end people, corporations that need things moved and they don't want to wait or deal with Amazon or DHL. So that's why it's booming. Medical courier has become the number one booming niche in the non-CDL transportation space. Thank you, beloved. I really appreciate it. Really need it. So we have the medical courier list where it's 150 apps. It's constantly being updated. So, every time it's updated, you will have those updates. For the newest couriers, the ones paying the biggest buck, you'll always be up to date on that. And then you also get, if you want the 2000, my mind is everywhere, y'all. I'm not even going to front. Okay. Like I told y'all when I first started this live, if I'm happy, you're going to know. If I'm in deep thought, you're going to know. If I'm trying to, make sense of something, you're going to know that too. I'm a woman that wears what I'm dealing with on my continents. Okay. So I have the medical courier list of the 150 different apps where you can go to and register your vehicle as long as it's a 2006 or older. You have a driver's license, then you can do this. If you add a TWIC card or hazmat or something like that, then the money changes drastically. But you can make good money, $95 picking up some cookies. Okay, you can make $150 picking up some dry cleaning from the dry cleaners, some linen from the dry cleaners. If you want both of them, how to make $2,000 a day using your own vehicle, working when you want to, how you want to, for how much you want to. You can get both for $97. And again, for those that just came on, welcome to you guys. I'm not going to be here long. I'm going to get off here in just a moment. But I have a very urgent situation. And I'm not at liberty to say what that situation is. I wish I could because I probably can cry to y'all. Some of y'all can relate. But because of privacy matters, I'm not at liberty to say what's going on until this person is safe, until her and the little people are in a safe place, and just try not to instigate or agitate or provoke the situation, because I've already suffered a major loss, major losses, and I'm not willing to suffer anymore. And so I need to fix the situation, get there, and help resolve by removing this person from the situation within the next 24 to 48 hours. So I'm having a sale. Okay. I'm having a sale, and I'm just going over some things that I would never sell for this price, but that's the background of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay. Because I'm not going to come here and beg y'all. I'm not going to come here. That would hurt me if I came here and asked for help and nobody helped. And I see how when other people need help and I come by and ask people for help, and people will ignore it, and then you gotta like really call them out. It's like, for what? I got way too many assets for that. So if you need something, we can exchange. I need something urgently. And if nothing that I'm offering interests you and you feel compelled by the Holy Spirit to just want to generously give to the situation without you knowing a whole bunch, I will be able to share later on down the road once the situation is safe, and once this person wants to share, give me the green light to share, then I will for sure. But it's a life or death situation. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say a whole bunch more because, again, both parties watch my page, and I don't want to stir the pot, and I'm not there. 7,500 done for you digital products. I've never sold this for under $97, but you can literally have it for $47. It's 7,500 done for you digital products that you can sell like immediately. You can sell every, they in season and out of season, because every month there is a seasonal holiday. There's something, right? So you can change up the imagery. And I don't want to demonstrate and all that. I've done that a lot. But these are done for you digital products. Since everything is going digital, beloveds, outside of your job and outside of your assistance or however you get paid, you should have something in the digital space. That's for sure. It's going to be the only way all of us going to make it. It's going to be the only way. Okay. So I have the 7,500 done for you digital products for $47. If you just want the funding masterclass without the credit stuff, you can get the $200,000 funding play. It's a masterclass. You can get that for $47. If you just want the trade line vendor by itself, you can get the trade line vendor on this live for $47. Land banking, you want to know where to buy land, how to buy land cheap, how to, when you some land immediately, like as soon as tonight, you can go and purchase you land every night. You can purchase you land every day, all day long, if you want to. I have the land banking masterclass and the list. Okay. You can have both of those for $97. The land banking masterclass, where to go buy the land, how to buy the land, when you buy the land, what to do with the land, how to get the land funded, the whole 9 yards. Okay. It's a workshop or a master class, and then I actually give you the list of land banks here in the United States and abroad. Just the list by itself, I sell for $97. Okay, I'll give you both. Um, I will give you both for $97. Okay. Um, see what else I want to get on here. All right. I'm gonna go over to a few mentorships that I'm gonna offer for a discount, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Okay. We have some done for you opportunities as well. Not gonna take a whole bunch of people. For the done for yous, if you are interested, I have the boss vendors list. Forgot about that. You can get that for $47. It is fully loaded. I think it's over 100 and something different boutiques, vendors. If you want to get, you know, especially during Christmas time and gift giving time, there's clothes, there's hair, there's shoes, kids' shoes, all name brand. There's, Apple products, the ear pods. There's so many different things inside of this vendors list, and you get access to all boutiques, all vendors, all the information, the catalogs. You get access to all of that. You can get that for $47. Let's look. Let me see what else is on here. Yeah, I'm gonna get to a couple mentorships, and then I'm gonna get off here because there's a lot of stuff on here, and I'm not gonna overwhelm y'all or overwhelm myself. Okay, with all of these, I think these are the most pressing, especially for the time that we're living in. Definitely want to have. Um, you want to have another stream, and you want to have, level up your finances. Make sure that you beat inflation, and inflation ain't gonna beat you. Let's see. Non-CDL start to scale is a workshop. All kind of ways to get into the non-CDL transportation space. It's $97. Okay. Um, how to start if you wanted to do pilot car, if you wanted to do um, trailer rental, if you wanted to do box truck, sprinter van, non-emergency, all of that stuff is in there. How to start it from scratch and then take it to scale. We have that available for $97. And then these mentorships, if you want to learn how to automate a business internationally, I have that mentorship. I have already discounted it a great deal. Okay, lets you get in on how to literally have your business up and running in 30 to 45 days internationally, wherever you choose to. But of course, I'm gonna let you know the best hotspots and why. You should have you an automated business, whether that's in a digital space, whether that's a cafe, whether that is, affordable living homes, and you get funded for that. Okay, when you start doing community work internationally, you get funded for that. But I have that mentorship for $497. I'm offering the government contract, the Gov Money mentorship. I'm offering that for $497. Land Bankers mentorship. I'm offering that for $497. Okay. Those are the mentorships that I'm literally offering. I just said $1,000, but you see how things change. Like I said, I'm not gonna beg a single soul. But this right here, I declare and decree all the need is going to be met. I don't care whose heart God got to put me and my family that needs to go with me in this individual. Put it on their hearts because, like I said, it's a life and death situation. And it needs to be settled ASAP. It really do. It needs to be done, you know, in the ground, coffin done. Stick a nail in the casket done. It just need to be done. Um, and no, that's not, me saying that somebody needs to be hurt. I'm just using a metaphor. When you put that nail in the coffin, it's over with. Ain't no coming back from that. That's the metaphor that I'm using, just for clarification purposes. Um, let's see. I said the government contract for $497, land bankers, mentorship for $497. This is where you start buying homes for below market value. Very, very cheap. $300,000, $400,000 homes for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Now you got passive income, your landlord, you have something to rent out, or you have a forever home, however you want to do it. You want to pull out the equity on the home, you have assets. And so I'll show you that inside of that mentorship. We do have the done for yous. If you are interested in getting into government contracting, you want to build out for you, okay, I will only take 2 people to build it out for them. It does take time registering and making sure everything, is copacetic because we're dealing with a different type of client. We're dealing with Fortune 500, clients. We're dealing with billionaire clients. We're dealing with the government. So make sure you dressed, and make sure you do things correctly. A lot of people in the mentorship, they get into the mentorship and they get stuck on one part, which is the registration. And they get frustrated. Well, they sent me something back. Okay, pick up the phone, call them, move to woo, woo, woo. So I handle all the heavy lifting for you when it comes to dealing with them. And I will have it done for you, your trade lines, to your business. Make sure that you are, visible when they are looking for you, helping you get funding. So, you got some resources to say, hey, I can leverage this or that, whatever the case may be. Um, and then you still get the mentorship. So I will build it out for you. You still get the mentorship for $997. I charge $5,000 to build out your business. Real talk, because it takes away from my time. Okay, I have to build out your business and make sure you're good, and I have to deal with things you don't want to deal with, right? So I have the done for you. That is only an opportunity that is available here and now for it to be built out for you. Also, my husband, transportation build out. If you want a non-CDL transportation built out for you, trade lines, funding, credit, he do all of that stuff. Get you right on the road, okay, where your fleet is coming from, how to get started without owning a liquor fleet, how to get started without ever putting the key in the ignition, how to get partnered with Amazon Relay, how to get contracts, for sightseeing and different type of other methods of transportation, right? So he gets you all the way together for $997. Um, and then we have the credit and funding, which is $997. which is us getting you funded on the front end, $30,000 to $50,000 without no documents. The documents that they need, we go ahead and get them together for you. And then while we secure the bag on the front end, we are also making sure that your credit gets to a 700 to a 700, excuse me, so that we can send you to get that big bag on the back end, 200,000 bag, $380,000 bag, $500,000 bag, $1,000,000 bag, really doesn't matter. We do get 10% on the back end. So it's not a matter of if we'll get you funded, okay? It's when we get you funded, then we take 10% on the back end. Because we discounted it for so cheap to get in. So normally we charge people $2,000, $2,500 to do a fully funded done for you, but you can get fully funded done for you for $997. Okay. I'm going to stop there. I do got others, but I'm just going to stop there because I believe that's enough. And it all pertains to something that we all need right now collectively. So if you are interested, the payment information, any details of my information is on the screen, floating right above the ticker that is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. It is also in the description of this video. Instagram is not in the description of this video. I'm talking to YouTube and Facebook specifically. However, if you are interested in getting started with any of the opportunities that I shared, then you can DM me and I will send you this information that I'm telling them. Okay. I love you guys. Please pray for me. Please pray for my family. And like I said, if none of these opportunities don't benefit you or you can do without them, should the Most High God put me and my family on your heart, I don't ask anybody for anything. And it's not a pride issue. It's better for me to give than it is receiving. And I always give. I love giving. Okay? And it is better to give than it is to receive. However, I'm asking for support. I'm asking for the very first time with me being on this, on all of these platforms. It's going to be the first time that I'm saying, I'm asking if God will put it on your heart. And not just pray, but to help me get this child. And I'm not talking about child like little child. Help me get this person to safety within the next 24 to 48 hours. This person don't have nowhere to go. Okay? But in the same space where things are not lovely, even in the least bit, they're not lovely. So please, I need to be out of here 24 to 48 hours. I'm not here begging y'all for PayPals or Stripes. I'm simply saying, hey, I have something that you need and you have something that I need. Can we make an exchange? And if I don't have nothing that you need and God puts it on your heart to be able to leave a seed of generosity, say, I want to help this individual get to safety. Because I done been there, done that. Or I know how that is. Or I would never want that to happen to me. Okay? With that being said, I'm out. I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you to those who will support me. This is the greatest way to support me. And I appreciate you. That being said, I will see you guys real soon.